What's up, y'all? I am back again with another video, and today we'll be going on a different reaction. So I'm gonna read the title: Baltimore bloodbath. 6 people shot in 5 hours, including a 14-year-old boy. This is gonna be really sad for everyone. So y'all know the do. Go crazy in the comments, smash the like button, and also hit the notifications, and also don't forget to subscribe to your boy, and let's get into this video.
Breaking news from Baltimore as we come on the air at 10 o'clock. More lives are touched by gun violence in the city. In the course of 5 hours this afternoon, 6 people, including a 14-year-old, were shot around the city. One of them, a 28-year-old man, killed in West Baltimore. The violence coming hours after city leaders gathered to talk about public safety.
We are still losing way too many people to violence, but more specifically, young people.
Thanks.
Violence is a disease. It's a disease that's transmitted in a cycle.
The power of this work is the fact that it is a community coming together to solve our own problems.
Our work is far from done, but the progress made by the CVI ecosystem to date is encouraging and is worth celebrating.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson. Mary Bubala is off tonight. Mayor Brandon Scott continues to express optimism in his crime-fighting strategy. Shortly after 7 o'clock this evening, 3 people were shot inside the McElderry Park Safe Street zone. One of the victims, a 14-year-old boy, and it's where the mayor touted Safe Street success today. We have team coverage tonight as we continue to push for accountability and transparency from elected leaders. Mackenzie Frost has more on the multi-million-dollar Safe Streets funding announcement by Mayor Scott.
How petty cash is spent at the various Safe Streets locations, why some workers are going to New York City, and how are mediations tracked and reported are all questions we've been asking throughout this investigation. Despite some of those unanswered questions, Mayor Brandon Scott doubling down on his commitment, announcing new funding going to the Safe Streets program.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here.
The community violence intervention ecosystem, something Mayor Brandon Scott has been talking about for a year. A web of programs working to curb the gun violence crisis gripping Baltimore for almost the last decade.
The work is ever evolving.
While touting the efforts and plans to expand,
Let's talk about Safe Streets.
the focus remains on Safe Streets, an anchor, as Shantae Jackson says, the director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Despite digging for details about how the program is working to save lives and working to bring more information about accountability surrounding the millions of dollars to the program forward,
Monty will invest ARPA dollars in Safe Streets administration for the first time of $5 million.
Fox 45 News has gone to all the locations multiple times. The city limits Safe Streets workers from speaking to Fox 45 News about their efforts.
Have anything to say, no statements whatsoever. Y'all have a great day.
Through our investigation, we found Safe Streets locations allowed to have up to $500 in petty cash a month, and we have yet to find out how that money is being spent. Does the city or the CBOs have the receipts for the petty cash that each location has and how that money is spent?
We'll follow up with you. We know that these programs, again, Mackenzie, that have been proven not by us and analyzed not by the city of Baltimore, independently by Johns Hopkins, one of the most prestigious and well-respected institutions in the world, to say that this program works. And that's what we should be talking about today.
The mayor's office never following up with us. And here's that Johns Hopkins report touted by the mayor. He and Director Jackson point to the effectiveness of Safe Streets outlined in the pages as justification for pouring more money into the efforts. They also don't mention the city commissioned the study and spent nearly $150,000 for it. The Hopkins study also says that there was no significant change in homicides in the 6 newer program locations for the Safe Streets program. After more than a year of asking the city to show the public how violence interrupters do their mediation, what counts as a mediation, and track the progress,
That in partnership with Administrators Catholic Charities and LifeBridge Health, Monty will be producing quarterly and annual Safe Streets reports.
No timeline given for when those details will be shared with the city about a program partly funded with city taxpayer dollars. Given the renewed push to continue with Safe Streets, a program with a rocky track record of effectiveness, transparency, and accountability, we renewed our push for more details.
Will you and Director Jackson agree to do an interview with us to talk about this moving forward and how this $5 million will help grow the Safe Streets locations?
Well, again, I think that what you should think about that is, Mackenzie, well, what are you asking for? Interview? Let's get that question very clearly. What do you want to interview us about? The success of Safe Streets?
I would talk about the Safe Streets program, yes. You and Director Jackson.
We'll get back to you and let you know about that.
Why won't you?
I didn't say that we wouldn't. Next question.
Mayor and Director Jackson's teams ignoring our follow-up questions about how exactly the new $5 million will be spent and about setting up that interview.
This entire ecosystem also includes putting violence intervention programs in 3 different high schools across Baltimore. When it was first announced, the efforts were supposed to launch in the spring of this school year, but now the city says it'll begin in the fall. We asked the city why the delay, and again, those questions ignored. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Now, we want to show you something again. This from Orleans Street in McElderry Park. These are all the evidence markers left behind by detectives tonight investigating the triple shooting. Think about the gunfire and how frightened everyone must have been in this situation, including the 14-year-old who was wounded. Now, while he is expected to survive, he could have lost his life. In less than 4 months, in fact, 10 juveniles have been killed in Baltimore. The other bars on the graph represent years we're on pace to surpass. Mayor Brandon Scott this afternoon, however, still expressed confidence in his crime-fighting strategy.
Yes, I'm very confident that we're going to be able to move GVRS as we're continuing to move in the right direction.
Alexa Ashwell will continue our team coverage coming up at 10:30, breaking down the crime trends as summer approaches. New tonight, with crime on the top of the minds of many, more people are leaving Baltimore than coming in. In fact, the city's population has been dropping for more than a decade. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor spent the day speaking with city residents to find out why that's the case. Rebecca, what did you learn?
Kai, residents that I spoke with say from high crime to low-performing schools, there's a number of reasons that residents are considering leaving Baltimore, and in many cases, few reasons they'd think to stay.
Sitting at a crowded bus stop in northwest Baltimore City, Sharon Wimbish is missing the sights and scenes of her childhood home.
I think a lot of the people have lost faith in where we're living.
While Wimbish has lived within city limits for the majority of her adult life, her younger years were spent just 10 miles up the road in Baltimore County. But she says the brief distance made a world of a difference.
And I thought about how peaceful it was when I grew up, how clean it was where I grew up. And I said to myself, I would not mind moving back there.
And she's not alone. According to data from the U.S. Census, Baltimore City's population has been plummeting for more than a decade. From 2010 to 2020, Baltimore City's population fell by roughly 35,000 residents, a nearly 6% loss. As for what's to blame?
Crime rate.
Crime is beyond control.
All the murder that is going on.
Residents we spoke with say high crime is causing the loss. Others pointing to high property taxes and low-performing schools.
If you can't move your children out of Baltimore City schools, you do it.
And it's wrong for politicians to assume that they can just give people a poor quality of life and that they'll just stick with them. They're clearly not.
Eurypsy Morgan is a member of local activist group PEACE, which stands for People for Elected Accountability and Civic Engagement. She says when residents seek a change of scenery, they're voting with their feet, a large portion of whom are from Black and brown communities, who Morgan believes are tired of battling decades of disinvestment.
Our neighborhoods are crumbling, there are vacant lots everywhere, and they're seeing investment in other parts of the city, but not in theirs.
They're leaving to live someplace better.
Still, whether you have plans to move,
nobody's happy anymore,
or you're just considering a change,
It might leave Baltimore.
most city residents can agree. Pockets of charm can and will always be found in Charm City.
Baltimore City is a great historical city. We have some amazing things here, and I'm here to stay, and I love Baltimore City.
So the reality is that, yes, Baltimore City has so much incredible potential, but until elected officials are held accountable to what residents want, And I think we're going to continue to see this level of people, population loss, and that's heartbreaking.
Look, I'm at ease. I'm at to say y'all about this. Look, see, this is the reason why most people that I ain't gonna lie to you, the city has spent so much money in this city because to step up, to being to step in the program or something like that. But see, this is the reason why I don't blame people. I don't blame people. You rather move out of Baltimore City. You got to start a new life, start a new chapter. You see, this is the reason why people die every day. We dying for no reason. Innocent people die every day for this. You see, like, let's see, this is the reason why, right? I'm on the reason why I'm taking my life seriously, chasing my dreams, working every day. Cause guess what? I'm chasing my dreams. I don't have time for that. Cause this is the reason why I want to leave Baltimore for a reason. Cause there's nothing left in Baltimore. I still got family and friends, even my coworkers that I work with. Because guess what? Because guess what? If y'all got kids, if y'all got a family, even the fathers out there, even the mothers out there got kids, do what's best for them is to move out of the city. Baltimore might be your home, but Baltimore is not your home anymore. Period. It just don't feel the same anymore. I even lost multiple people that I grew up with. It's complicated. We live in a blood war. This is a kill zone. This is not a joke. I don't even go places. I hang out with my friends a lot. I spend some time with my girl. I spend some time with my brothers. But I'm gonna say this to y'all. See, this is the reason why I'm blessed every day. Cause I don't be around. Cause I don't be around in that shit. That's different.
And when we asked residents to rank the main reason they'd consider leaving the city, almost all of them said crime was at the top of their list. Reporting live in Baltimore City, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
Thank you, Rebecca. And new census data shows a sharp decline continuing during the pandemic. Baltimore's lost more than 13,000 people, according to Census Bureau's estimate. That's almost enough to fill up the newly renovated CFG Bank Arena. Now, as part of our Your Voice, Your Future town hall last night, panelists discussed what they're calling a leadership crisis in Baltimore and around the state.
Too many of our leaders at almost every level has pretty much slapped our kids on the wrist, and then we turn around and we blame the parents. We want to charge the parents and everything else. But like you said, you made it easy for law enforcement to kind of back up. You've taken so many tools out of the tool belt for law enforcement.
If you missed last night's town hall, you can catch it right here this Sunday, April 30th at 3 p.m. The town hall will also air twice on Saturday on MyTV at 3 p.m. as well, and the CW Baltimore at 7 p.m. Or you can watch it anytime on our website, foxbaltimore.com. And that brings us to our question of the day. Would you vote for Mayor Brandon Scott for a second term? Yes or no? Head to our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. We'll check in on those results coming up at 10:30. I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.
I'm not gonna say. Look, I'm not gonna easily gonna say this. I'm gonna get y'all to understand this. You see, this is the reason why I want to take my life seriously and and keep dropping videos every day. Because guess what? I want to leave Baltimore for good. It's what respect for me and my dreams and my future. I don't got nobody else. Because number one, it was hard for me. I'm glad I finished school. I did all that. I did the best thing I ever could, and I did it. God believed in me. It's something I wanted to do. Because you think I'm gonna live in this Baltimore City forever? No, Baltimore City it doesn't look like it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna say Baltimore is more worse than Chicago. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, we live in a crazy ass world now. That's what we live in. So anyway, I hope y'all need to think about this. Go crazy in the comments, smash the like button, hit the notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to your boy. And also, I will see y'all in the next video. Have a nice weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.